Welcome to the 10th of November, 2023. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help people create online businesses around their passion, their skill set, their hobby. Whatever it is they're interested in, they want to share that knowledge and experience with other people and help those people move forward in their lives and also get paid doing it. So I was asked a question today by somebody, which is a question I get asked a lot. What's the first step I need to take to build an online business? Now, I wish somebody had helped me with this when I was starting back in 2018, 5 years, nearly over 5 years ago, when I was starting my online business, having spent 25 years in the corporate world. Now, I wish somebody had said to me, these are the three things you need to do to start. So I'm going to share those with you, and hopefully they'll be helpful for you on this Friday evening, at least here Friday evening in Australia. If you're looking to build an online business, whether it's a side project or a full-time business, and you want to get out of that rat race of a 9-to-5 job or anything where you're trading your time for money, it could be your own business where you're trading your time for money, and you want to build an online business that gives you multiple streams of income and gives you more freedom than ever you can imagine. These are the three things I would suggest if you're looking to do that. Number one, start with your why. I know this is a Simon Sinek phrase, but it is so true. And I'll tell you, it's something that I've really only now begun to really appreciate so that I can teach my students, because I think one of the biggest challenges we have in the online world, like I never experienced it in the corporate world, never. I think there's a whole range of reasons for it, but I think the biggest challenge we have in the online world is the ability to be able to manage our mind, particularly when we go through difficult times, because the online world is a roller coaster. It really is. If you're not in for a roller coaster ride, then probably the online world is not for you. But if you are, the benefits are, you just can't even fathom them. The benefits are just wonderful. Freedom being the biggest one. But getting back to your why, we have to have a why that's really anchored deep, like really deep. And unless we have that, we're always going to feel like giving up. And for most people, they do give up. And the reason why generally, like I would say 90% of people who start an online business and give it up is because their why is not strong enough. And your why has got to be really anchored in something meaningful that you want to do. I can tell you this, if your reason and your why is to build an online business is to make money, it probably is not going to last very long. It really is not. It's got to be way beyond that. It's got to be beyond even, impacting people. You've got to be able to do that. And you've got to be able to get to that kind of more transcendental level and see what you do is more of a service than it is as something that's about yourself. And I think if you can get to that space, then it's going to be something that you're going to really enjoy, particularly when you go through the difficult times. But when it comes back to our why not being strong enough, what happens is we immediately revert back to ourself. I didn't have enough time. The boss didn't allow me to do it. My partner didn't allow me to do it. I don't have enough money to start. All those reasons are because of ourselves. They're about us. They're about us. They're not about the service. They're not about the service to be able to help other people. We have to make that switch. When we make that switch, it becomes automatic when our why is deep enough. And I really encourage you, if you're looking to build an online business, like get that why dialed in. It's not about you. It's about the service you can give to help other people. And if you can get that one dialed in, then everything begins to happen. So that's step number one. And it's a very hard step to take for people because, when we've been programmed to do things in a certain way for our lives, for 25 years plus, I had been programmed to go to school, to go to college, to get a job, to work in that job for 40 hours a week more, for 40 years to, at the end of it, collect 40% of my salary called a pension. That's how I'd been programmed. To break that programming and to do something very different is a huge challenge, but my why is deep enough. And I, as I said, begin to really appreciate this now when you go through these challenging times of getting to the next level, because there's always another level you can get to in the online world. So get your why right, number one. Number two, be clear about what it is your thing is, your thing. What is your business idea, or what is your idea that you would like to take and get out and help other people with? Now, one thing is, the idea that you come up with doesn't have to be the idea that you end up with at the end of your journey or when you're well into your journey. Like, I've been doing this for 5 years. When I started, if you know my journey, I didn't start doing what I do today, which is helping other people build online businesses around their passion and skill set and hobbies. I started with my Young Entrepreneurs. No, actually, before my Young Entrepreneurs Academy, I started with helping people. What was it? Helping people have startup businesses, but more, it was kind of mixed between online and offline. It wasn't very clear. Then I got into my Young Entrepreneurs Academy, and that really then took off. And now, then people started asking me how I did it and how did I build courses and programs that were just doing really well. And then I started teaching people on how to do that. So that is it being a journey. And my point is that when you find your thing, it can just be your starting point. And from there you can build, but get started with your thing. If you need to find out what your thing is and you're struggling with that, just jump up onto my website. There's a free resource up there on my homepage. If you click on, it's on the top fold of my homepage, jimmybradbury.com. If you click on the top fold, you'll see there's a place where you can download. It's a guide I've put together. I think it's 5 or 6 pages. So it doesn't take you long to read it, but it actually helps you and guides you through finding your thing. So that's number two, find your thing. Remember, it doesn't have to be the thing that you actually eventually continue to do, but start with something. And then number three, this is the thing that will help you with procrastination, because procrastination is huge in the online world, huge. And it's shrouded by things like perfectionism, or it's I'm waiting for the right time, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. All of these things are just an excuse for perfectionism or procrastination. And what the third step is that you have to accelerate yourself into motion forward. And the way to do that is challenge yourself, like I challenge all of my students, and like I'm challenging you now on this Friday afternoon. If you want to start an online business within 30 days maximum, you don't actually need 30 days, but within 30 days, which is the 30th of December, no, not the 30th, the 10th of December. Today is the 10th of November. So within 30 days, which is the 10th of December, you should have a business up and making revenue online. If you don't, you're probably falling into the other two categories. One, your why is not strong enough, and it's about you rather than service. Or two, it's because you're not clear on your thing, but you can get over that by just jumping up onto my website, downloading the free resource there that will help you put that thing together literally within 10 minutes. So you don't need to use that as an excuse. The only other reason why you won't have an online business in 30 days making money is because procrastination. The way to get over procrastination is to say to yourself, my why is strong enough. I know what my thing is, or at least my starting thing. Now, within 30 days, I'm going to send a note back to Jimmy and say, I've launched an online business and it's generating revenue. That's the only way you'll do it. So those are the 3 steps. I wanted to share those with you. Number 1, make sure that you're clear and deep about your why. Number 2, you know what your thing is to start with. Go to my website, jimmybradbury.com, if you need to get guidance on that, because there's a free download up there. And number 3, take the challenge seriously. Implement, get your business up and running online generating revenue, which you can do within 30 days. Hopefully that's been helpful for you on this Friday, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day, a great morning, great evening, wherever it is you are. It's evening time here. And have a great weekend as well. If you want me to come into your inbox with my latest tips and strategies and tactics on how to build an online business like this, and my newsletter comes out on Sunday, I'll put a link below here. All you need to do is click the link, and I look forward to seeing you in your inbox on Sunday. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.